Welcome to this pre-market analysis of Nifty, where on a chart we try to make informed guesses of where buyers and sellers are. This is Nifty on a daily time frame, and these are the supports, resistances, and fair value gaps that we had drawn the previous day. As you can see, this was one important level that we had drawn, and that was 23,796.85, and that Nifty, the day candle, took resistance at that point and then was sold off. So that's where Nifty is right now, consolidating between these two fair value gaps. Let's, as usual, go and delete all the studies from the previous days and start afresh. For first timers, what we do here is on a chart of Nifty on different time frames, starting from the monthly all the way down to the hourly time frame, we try to deduce a bias here. I input it here manually, and this is an indicator that I am testing, and at the end of the day I'm just supposed to compare the two, and if there is an error then I tinker with the code of this one. Now this is the monthly time frame. That's how we do it. We start with the highest time frame and go to the smallest time frame. On a monthly time frame, I am not sure of a bias on Nifty right now. It is already written not sure here. Why am I not sure? Because for a bullish bias, I need a higher low to be formed. I need higher lows to be formed. And for a bearish bias, I need lower highs to be formed. The ones I'm showing here as are examples. Now, the previous low that was formed was in August 2025, and then that low was supposed to be where the buyers were protecting this level, and then that was violently taken in March of this year. Now it's the sellers. This is where the sellers are. So let's just mark where the sellers are. This is where the sellers are. And mark it in red. Mark it in a thicker line. And so all the sell orders are right here, and the buy orders that we are sure of is right here. Now, this I am marking this level as buyer's level or a support only because I am sure of this area. Now, the point is why I said that is, this could also be this swing low that's still being developed could also be where the sellers are and not here. They may be right here, but I'm not sure until this candle closes without taking this low. So this candle closes in like another 12 days, and that's when we will know. For right now, there is no bias in the monthly time frame, and this is where the buyers are. This is where the buyers are, and this is where the sellers are. Going to the weekly time frame. On a weekly time frame, Nifty is bearish. Why? Because it has been forming lower highs. This is a high, and this is a lower high. So Nifty is bearish. Something to look at is that we have a bullish fair value gap right here. Looks like this weekly candle did respect this fair value gap. I need to mark it in green. So what is a fair value gap? A fair value gap happens when there's a lot of market orders that come in and then push the price so high that the limit orders are pending execution, and so there's a lot of liquidity that's supposedly there should be a lot of liquidity here. So once that the jump that happened because of the market orders is cooled off, then Nifty is supposed to come back and take the liquidity in here. So that's what's happening right now, and that's what it looks like, at least from here, but the bias is all negative. Going to the bias is bearish here. So where are the buyers and sellers? Important question. The level to be protected for the bearish bias to sustain is this one. So that is where the sellers are. Let me just mark it in a thinner line and mark it in red. And where are the buyers? The buyers are in this swing low. This is where the buyers are on a weekly time frame. Going over to the daily time frame. On a daily time frame, Are they higher lows or lower highs? Let's take a look. This is a swing high. This swing high was taken. So there is no lower high. There is no higher low either. So that it is not sure. So the daily on a daily time frame, the bias is not sure. Now, interestingly, there's a fair value gap right here. That's a daily fair value gap, and it's a bearish fair value gap. And there's a swing low within a fair value gap. That's a liquidity zone. That's where the daily candle, not yesterday, I mean on Friday, respected. It should be in red. So as you can see, when you reconstruct everything from scratch, again we come to the same figure as we started from. It just validates the repeatability of our research. Now, it is not sure, and where are the buyers and where are the sellers? Well, this is a huge zone of liquidity for sell orders, and that is where we said the sellers are, and I will still stick to this narrative that the sellers are here, unless there's a huge gap up. If there is a gap up, then you see there's another fair value gap right here. So a confluence of two fair value gaps is also a strong zone of sellers. So this could be another seller's area, and then this line is the one we drew on the monthly time frame is a huge liquidity zone. As you can see, it went above it, got sold off, touched it, got sold off, touched it, got sold off, went above it, got sold off. So there's a huge negative liquidity in here, sell side liquidity in here, that's being eaten into. We do not know how many more orders are there, how much of it is still pending, no idea. And if we also don't know if there's any fresh selling coming into the picture. Now it looks like there is fresh selling coming to the picture from the biases, but right now we don't know. On a 4-hour time frame, Nifty is, this is a swing low, there is no higher swing low. Okay, now this was a swing high, this was a swing high, and coming all the way down, this is another swing high. So on a 4-hour time frame, Nifty is bearish. Where are the big sellers? Buyers are here, and what level that needs to be protected is this swing low. No, this swing high needs to be protected. So let me just mark that up. This swing high needs to be protected for the bearish bias to sustain. Let me put in a dotted line. There are too many lines, so I'll just perhaps keep it non-dotted line, a straight line. So yeah, this is where level has to be protected for the bearish bias to sustain. So the open above this then invalidates the bearish bias on the 4-hour time frame, and below it is this level that needs to be this level is where the intermediate sellers are. The big sellers are all the way down here. I mean the buyers, I'm sorry, the intermediate buyers are all here, and then the big buyers all the way down at this level. Going over to the hourly time frame. On an hourly time frame, what is the bias in Nifty? Bias is bearish. You can see this is a swing high and this is a lower swing high, so it is bearish. And all the more, there's a lot of levels to look out for, so I'm not marking any further levels. And if it's a bearish bias, then this is the target for Nifty. That is all. So I believe we have a fairly good bearish bias building up in all time frames. There's one on the daily candle that's not sure, otherwise it's all on the bearish side. Everything looks out for Nifty right now, unless there's some news-based movement. Let's see. Once again, I'm not a certified analyst. I do this only for education purpose. Thank you.